guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. Hi, my name is Rosie, and thank you so much for taking a moment out of your busy day to spend a few moments with me. So in today's video, I am going to be modifying these banner shapes that I picked up originally from Michaels. It was in their clearance section, and this was many months ago. So I'm not sure when, hopefully sometime soon, I am going to be kind of redoing my studio. I have just too much going on, and it's getting away from me a little bit, if you know what I mean. I'm sure most of you can relate. So I really need to think about redoing my studio, kind of making it a little bit more easily for me to find things that I'm now currently working on, that sort of thing. You know, I think I'm always reorganizing, always redoing, but I think we all do that, right? Leave me a comment down below. Do you do that as well? Do you find that you're constantly organizing and kind of redoing things because you think of a better way to kind of organize? If that sounds familiar, leave me a comment down below. All right, so in preparation for that, of course, I wanted to do a banner. That's something that my studio currently does not have. So like I said, I found these at Michaels. I forget honestly how much I paid for them, and it doesn't say in the back. The size of the banner, I have my little post-it here. It's 4 1/4 inches wide by 5 1/2 inches, probably 6 inches in height. 5 1/2 is what is my workable area for me to modify. All right, so what I did was I went on to Cricut Design Space, and I found some images that I'm going to be placing onto these banners. So let's get started. All right, I'm going to bring in my Lazy Susan and show you the pieces that we're going to be working with. I'm trying to get it all in frame here. So the package of banner pieces came with 10 individual pieces. They are front and back, and they are chalkboard, and I only need 7. What I'm thinking is that I want to have a diagram plus spell out my name. So Rosie, R-O-S-E-Y, 5 letters in my name, plus a front and tail end image on either side of the banner. That would make 7 pieces. So I just put away 3 pieces, and I will be working with these 7. As well, I know that I'm going to need a little bit more string than what came with the package, and I wanted something just a little bit lighter, so I went ahead and I found some baker's twine in a lighter kind of color in my stash, so I have that. Then I'm gonna bring in one of these needle threaders. Then I was thinking that I want to use these wooden beads that I had in my stash, so I have those out. And then as well, I went into Cricut Design Space and I cut out the images that are going to flank both the left and the right hand side of my banner, as well as each letter in my name. Here's not, these images are in white, but my name I decided to be in a really pretty kind of like a deep pink. So there's each letter. Here's an extra piece, but you get the gist. Okay, so let's get working on this. And then of course I have my alcohol wipes to clean down each banner page. All right, so let's go ahead and get rid of this, and let's start. Okay, so let's start by wiping down our banners, and I'm just going to wipe them down as well. You know what I should do on my gas all at once. So let me get my alcohol wipes, and let's go ahead and just kind of clean off our banner pieces, get rid of all that dust, because it's been sitting in my stash for quite some time. It's been a bit for sure. Okay, let me just bring in some more. So let me just go ahead and take these out of the way and leave only the one I'm gonna work on. So here's one. Let me go ahead and get the first image. Doesn't really matter which one. So let me just I'm gonna start with this one. Now hopefully my measurements worked and I was good. Let's see. Yeah, okay. So let me I'm gonna trim down the carrier sheet for my image. Just being careful not to actually cut the image itself. I like to do this as much as possible because it gives you a really better idea as to how big your image is before you go and place it down on your blank. All right, so here now is trimmed. Oops, upside down. So let's see here. I am going, yep, and that's a perfect fit. Okay, I pulled a little piece of transfer tape and, okay, let's just cut myself a little piece here. All right, let's put this back. Okay, and I was doing my nails last night, but it got dark out and I wasn't able to actually finish, so my nails don't look the best at the moment, so we're just not gonna look at that, right guys? Let's see here. Okay, so let's go ahead now and just burnish down our image. Okay, and what I'm going to do is I am going to just try and reuse the same piece of transfer tape as much as I can, trying to save that money, right? We get creative in how we use things so we can maximize the life of our supply. All right, so let's take the carrier sheet off. Just making sure that the image is going to stay on the sticky part. I'm just going slow. It pays to go slow. Okay. So now let's bring in our banner piece. I have to stand up for this part. And let's see here. Try to keep it there. You know what? No, lower. Because I'm taking into consideration that the string is going to be going through the holes. Okay. You know, and if you don't get it absolutely straight, that's okay, guys. You know, it is crafting. It's okay to make mistakes or something that isn't lined up absolutely perfect. I mean, we strive for that, right, guys? We strive for everything to come out perfectly and, you know, absolutely centered and all of that. That's our goal, right? But if it doesn't happen, it's not the end of the world. And unless it's like totally 100% sideways, it's not going to matter, guys, right? Okay, so there is that. Let me go ahead and just now remove the transfer tape. Oops, okay, this one needs a little bit more. And that's why we check as we're going, because I very easily could have ripped that piece. Oop, okay, there's one little piece here. Okay. Just going slow. And you know, this image here is like a doily. It's very, very delicate. So that's why you have to go super slow with it. But oh my goodness, look at that. So this image is gonna be, it's gonna be flanking both on the left and the right hand side of the banner itself. So now I'm just gonna put some transfer tape on the next one. So let's pull out my R. Where is my R? Here we go. Okay, and I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to remove the excess. Okay, so now that we have that, let me move my scissors. Let's get the carrier sheet onto my letter. Alright, and now let's just burnish it down really, really well. Okay. So let's take the carrier sheet off and go slow. Again, watching for the intricate pieces of the image. Okay, let's bring in our next banner piece. I will stand up for this. I want to make sure you're in frame, but I need to see it as well. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So down the middle and then out to the side. Down the middle and then out to the side. Let's burnish that really, really well. And again, just, you know, being careful because, you know, these, even though it looks like this wouldn't be a problem, it's still a thin line, so that could get hung up as well. We have all of the intricate pieces of the flowers. Okay, so let's go ahead and just, I'll start, well, maybe I shouldn't start there. Okay, let's see here. All right, now let's just be careful. A lot of times when I have kind of intricate images that I need to put down, I like to kind of do the rocking method. Oop, this part didn't want to stay down. And there we go. Okay. Oh my goodness. And there is the next letter, and that looks good. Okay, let's prepare the O. Okay, alrighty, so let's go ahead and take this off. Now just being careful, again we have the dainty pieces. Let's go ahead and the rest comes off. Okay, let's see. Oh my goodness, guys. This is just coming out so adorable. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and work on the rest for the sake of the video, and I will be right back. Okay, and there we have it. So let's see, there is, oh my gosh, guys, I love this. All right, let's go ahead and see if I can, oops, let's see, spell my name right, Rosie. And there is our banner. Let's see, like that. Oh my goodness, guys, I am, and I know I say this a little bit, but I'm in love with this, especially this diagram here. This image I think is just beautiful, and I love that I was able to pair it with the letters having the same detailing. Now I could have done the letters in white, however, I wanted to give it some contrast. So there you have it. All right, let's start working on the strings and the beads. Okay, so now let's start working on the string that's going to hold our banner together. So first of all, what I've done is I've just placed my banner pieces in order backwards. So the last one and so forth, and the first banner piece is on the bottom, so I did that first, and then I am bringing in my baker's twine and my wooden beads. Now, because these beads are a little bit smaller, it is a nice snug fit, kind of threading it with this needle, but it seems to be working well. So the first thing I need to decide is how, let me move this over so I can show you, how much beads I want at the tail end before it just becomes string. And right now what I'm doing is I'm alternating big bead, little bead, big bead, little bead, like that and so forth. I think perhaps I can do a couple more. So let me thread a couple more here. So small, and then this one bigger. Okay. All right, so now let's see. I think that's good. Actually, I think this one here is a smaller bead than my bigger bead, so I'm just going to go backwards and bring it back out again so that I can remove this one and bring in a larger bead. So this pack here of beads that I'm working with, I purchased at Michael's. It's kind of like a mixed bag of beads, all different sizes. And I will leave a link in the video description down below as to which ones these are in case you want to go out and buy it. All right, so let's see here. So I think that is good. Let's start with that, and I can always redo it if I need to. So the next thing I need to decide is, do I want my string going over or under? So let me show you what I mean. Do I want my string to go over the image or under the image? And let's go ahead and just try both out. I kind of like the idea of seeing the string over, but let's just see here. Let's see how that would look. So it would look something like that. Okay, let's go back out and let's see what it would look like if we were to do under. It's all those little details, right guys? Okay, and there's no right or wrong way. It's totally preference. So now let's see what it would look like and what I prefer. So here is under. I'm gonna go over. So let me back out my string so I can take it out of there, and let's do it the way we decided, which is over. Okay, so now what we're going to do is let's just go, so we're going to go under sorry, I wasn't in frame, and then through the next hole, right? Let me move these out of the way so I can get you in better focus here. I have a lot of stuff on my desk here, so let's see. Okay, move these off to the side. And now before I start doing all of these, I'm just going to take one look at it just to make sure this is what I want. So essentially this is how it would look. Yeah, okay, I like that. All right, so now what we need to decide is how many beads do we want in between each banner piece. So I'm just trying to decide how many beads in between. And let's see, I think that's good. I don't want to do more than that. All right, so now I'm just going to release some of my string from its spool here. And I'm just going to give myself some more room. Okay. And I can always do it after the fact as well. Okay, and these. All right, let's see. I'm just going to bring in the Y now just to see if 3 is good. And you know what? I like 3. 3 is fine. So now I'm just going to go ahead and continue on with my shredding. Sorry, I wasn't in frame there. Okay, let's put it through the next hole. Let's see, does that look good? Yep. Yep, 3 is perfect. Okay, let's go ahead and do the exact same thing again. So we're going to bring in a larger bead, a smaller bead. Oops, come on. Smaller bead, smaller bead. Okay, and then let's go ahead and bring in a larger bead. The medium and the larger beads tend to look almost the same. Okay, so there is that one. Now we will go ahead and we'll just continue on this process. Okay, so I have finished doing that. I left myself quite a long piece at the end of both sides because I'm not quite sure how much I'm gonna need, so I always try to err on the larger side because I can always cut down more. It's better than not having enough. So the other thing that I did was I just created a little knot right at the end of this one, and I'm going to do the same thing on this side. Okay, alright guys, so I've gone ahead and just added some finishing touches to the banner, and I think it came out absolutely adorable. So let me show you what I've done. So for each panel of my banner, I created little bows, and then I went ahead and created several of these paper flowers using I believe a finished size of 1.5 inch paper roses. I used 2 different colors of pink. I've got a really light pink and then a darker pink just to kind of help offset the colors, and it's rather large, so it's hard to get it all into focus. But let me see. There we go. Little bit better. Okay, so I went and I did that for all of my 7 panels. So I've got 2 paper roses and a bow for each panel. So what do you think? I absolutely love this. I think it's going to be a really great addition to the new craft room that I'm going to be doing probably at the beginning of the year. I would assume. I don't really have the time now to do it, but hopefully for the beginning of the year or somewhere around that time, I will be redoing my craft studio. Alright guys, well I really hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you so much guys. Your support goes an awful long way in helping my little channel out. Alright guys, until the next time, stay safe, be kind, and keep it creative.